Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today, while I'm thinning out my beard, I decided I'm gonna do a little review on the Disney Plus new High School Musical, the musical TV show. Because I just seen it only has 3 episodes out, and like anything nobody asked for, I got an opinion on it. Let's just get into it. Like I say, when I do a review, it's never a review of word for word what happens or a recap. It's usually me just pointing out the big things so you can get the bigger gist of the show. And pretty much I'm spoiling a little stuff, but not enough stuff where you'll be like, oh, this fat bitch ruined it for me, you know? So, yeah. I got my mirror right here, and I got my notes on my phone. So let me bring up my notepad, and let's start talking about it. And I hope you guys see it. If not, after you watch this review, go watch it. If not, watch it first and then come back and see this. So episode 1, guys, starts off with a group of kids who go to school at the place the original High School Musical, the movie, was filmed at. And this new theater teacher, she's coming in and she wants to put on the musical because she's shocked to know that, you know, all of these kids go to school where High School Musical was filmed and they've never done the musical before. So that's where the show takes off. You get these a colorful group of kids who are going to be auditioning to become, you know, the new High School Musical characters in this high school presentation of the show musical. So, first of all, can we talk about Nene? And Nene was from the jump way too good for Ricky, because when she put on that song, she made him a song for, I guess, their anniversary. Correct me if I'm wrong. It was for their anniversary. She wrote him a little song and she posted it on Instagram, right? And it seemed like to me he was embarrassed of her, and I was like, you're such a fucking douche. Because do you know how hard it is to post yourself on social media, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, YouNow? I don't care what it is. I don't care how confident you are, how rich you are, how poor you are. It is not easy to post yourself online. So the simple fact that once he did it, he acted like she was embarrassed when she was making herself vulnerable, I was like, nigga, you is not shit. And it's like, but also, I also peeped that on their little Instagram, why was Nene's best friend, Courtney, one of her top first fans? She liked it and started commenting on it. She was like, yes, let's slay, sis. And I'm not gonna lie, with Courtney, her black best friend, I was like, oh, we got the sassy black character, but Courtney's low-key starting to grow on me, and I'm like, okay, she's a lot more than just the sassy black character that I thought she was gonna be. Because, you know, Disney's good for, you know, doing the tropes and stereotypes of, you know, every character needs either the dumb sidekick or the sassy black character, you know, who tells it like it is. But don't get me started on that. Anyway, moving forward. Okay. But yeah, like I was saying, he didn't seem interested in her declaration of love to him. And when she said I love you and he barely could say it back, and then he wanted to take a break because she was going to camp for a month, I was like, dude, okay, as the new school year starts, okay, Nene comes back from camp, okay, and Ricky, who was embarrassed of her love song and saying I love you back, sees her and he finally wants her back. You know, like all boys do. A boy would tell somebody, I want to break up with you, you know, and then you break up with them, you find somebody better, you pretty much, you know, you level up on somebody, and next thing you know, they want you back. But it's too little too late for that bullshit. So she got herself this cute guy named EJ, who's a senior, you know, so she really leveled up on Ricky's ass, and now he wants her back. Stereotypical for these type of shows and in real life. So typical of a guy. We can get on the casting part. So when they started, when the high school students started auditioning, you know, and people started going off for the roles, that one girl, EJ's cousin, when she was like, I'm dead, deceased, that bothered me so much because I love EJ's cousin's character. However, I say that to say this. I hate when writers try to talk like a current generation. And it's like the best way as a writer to get one of your characters to talk in current present tense, or like how this current slang is, have the actor read the gist of what you want the characters to say, but then tell them to say it in their own dialect or how they would say it to one of their friends. Don't try to read it like I'm dead, I'm deceased, period, hashtag this, hashtag that, because it comes off too overly rehearsed. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't come off natural as you want the characters talking in your script too. Look at me being a young Steven Spielberg in this bitch. Anyway, okay, so when they started giving out the roles after everybody auditioned and stuff like that, when Ricky came in there and started singing the song that she originally sung for him to declare her love for him that he didn't receive or give back to her, I was looking at Nene like, you have every right to look at him like, boy, you ain't shit. He pretty much can thank Nene for him winning that song, because he pretty much sung her song that she personally wrote for him, that he couldn't reciprocate the love that she deserved, and won the lead role in the musical. So once again, you took something from Nene and you got something out of it. You win, you get the role, and now you're trying to ruin her heart back and ruin her current relationship, which it's like, you caused me enough pain. Like, damn boy, you tried it and you failed. However, on that now, when they casted the boy as Sharpay, I was like, Sharpay is such an iconic, overly prima donna villainess, and that nigga was hella vanilla that y'all cast to be the boy Sharpay, and I was like, he doesn't give me the sense. Now, I don't care about it being a boy, them casting it as Sharpay, because you know we live in a day and age where everybody's trying to be inclusive and this is fresh and new, and it's just like, okay, I'm one of those people like, I don't care if you cast a boy in a girl role or a girl in a boy role. If they can kill it, they can kill it, and that's just on period, point blank. However, Sharpay was such the glue for a High School Musical series to me, because one thing you learn about me is I ride with villains no matter what. I'm one of those people, I love villains more than I love the good guys in shows. And with that being said, I was like, this boy doesn't have the pizzazz. Like, he is not serving anything for me. So, no shade to that boy if you're watching, but I'm like, maybe, you know, I've only been in 3 episodes. Maybe he'll show me a little bit more. But right now, Sharpay, I am not seeing it. So yeah, is this still recording? Because I would hate to be talking all this and it not even be recording, because I hate when I end up talking to myself. Well, I talk to myself a lot, so okay, let's get on to episode 2. Here's a little recap for episode 2.
Previously on High School Musical, the musical, the series. The new drama teacher is forcing innocent children to stage a production of High School Musical. My best friend Ricky crashed the audition. His ex-girlfriend, Nene, was not impressed. Her new boyfriend, EJ, who's basically a Hollister model, was even less impressed. Somehow my boy scored the lead. What could possibly go right?
They're getting ready for the rehearsals. Everybody's been cast, and now we can get into the nitty-gritty and get really to know these characters. So, how relatable was when they had that boy who looked like Archie? Well, he doesn't look like Archie Andrews because he has red hair and I can't remember his name. We're just gonna call him Archie Andrews. When they had him reading the sides for the play and he was struggling reading, I said, we all been there in school when we knew the teacher was gonna call on us and we may not have been the strongest reader. See, I was always a strong reader. My problem is I talk fast. So people would be like, could you slow down? And I'd be like, bitch, could you catch up? Everybody's not meant to read. Some people are meant to read, if you know what I mean. Okay. I think AJ, aka Pretty Eyes, and his cousin are going to be like Sharpay and her brother in the series, because you could tell they're plotting. Like, EJ is always trying to corrupt his cousin, and the cousin is kind of like the moral compass who's like, you're dumb as hell, don't do that shit, it's gonna come back and bite you. And EJ is one of those guys who never learned from his mistakes. That's the best way to show his character. Jealousy rules him, and it causes him to do bad guy shit, you know? But I love his ocean eyes. The theater teacher adds a kiss in the 2nd episode that I guess was on a cutting room floor of the original High School Musical. Forgive me if I don't know all the stuff from the High School Musical and the little nods they have to it, because even though I was the demographic when High School Musical came out, you know, I was never that caught up in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never got the hype. You know, I was more of a Camp Rock ass bitch. Pretty much, they get into the big argument and it drives Ricky to storm out because she's like, pretty much, you're just doing this. You're not doing this for the right reason. That role of Troy Bolton could have went to a real person. You're just doing it to try to win me back, and you're taking the role from somebody who actually deserves, and theater is actually their life. And Ricky dramatically storms out, And meanwhile, Jenna's the understudy. Jenna's the one who was slaying all the auditions, and she should have got it. But sometimes you want a more raw person, not a person that's so crisp. You want somebody who shows a little bit rawness and emotion, a little humanity towards it. And I feel like Jenna's sometimes as how you could be overly qualified for a job? I feel like that's what Jenna was for the role of Gabrielle. She was overly qualified. She was too perfect at it, and with Nene, she showed a little bit more of vulnerability and, shakiness. So, yeah. So Jenna's a low-key jealous that Nene got it, because she thinks she deserves the role, which she did. So with that being said, Jenna's now one of the low-key villains too. So she's trying to plot on Nene to get the role, because she's her understudy. So with that being said, now we have Jenna in the background low-key plotting. So she sees every time, like Ricky and Nene are arguing, she's plotting like, okay, how can I add some more fuel onto this fire? So yeah. And a lot of these characters always stay in the background just eavesdropping and lurking. So I noticed that about it. And this show gives me very Saved by the Bell tease. Very Saved by the Bell. Because it's very like, where Zach would be like, pause, and then he would be talking to the crowd. It's very like that, So I like that. And can we talk about when EJ wanted to admit that he took Anini's phone and he wanted to sing a song, so of course he uses his cousin because his cousin is actually the really talented one, and he just pretty much piggybacks off of her. And he wanted her to help him write a song, so they go over each other's house. Well, he goes over her house because they're cousins, and he starts singing it, and that's this one.
My fault, my bad. If I said a million sorries, how about a billion sorries? Can't we just start again? Once upon a time, I'm sorry. Nothing else to rhyme with sorry. Okay. Not so great at saying sorry. Hope you know I'm really sorry. Okay. Did you like?
Excuse me. However, EJ is so hot, even though he's such a dick, And he's only a dick because he's jealous and he's insecure. However, when he was singing that song about him wanting to confess of stealing her phone, I was thinking in my head, oh my God, if that was my cousin, it would be some serious Cheryl and Jason Blossom moments happening there. And if you get what I'm saying, you get what I'm saying. If you don't, bitch, I'm not gonna explain it. So moving forward, you could tell Jenna, who wants the role of Gabriella, and EJ, who wants the role of Troy, are going to be the villains of this season, and they're going to be the ones, doing all that crazy shit. Episode 3 was alright for me, Here's a little recap of that.
Previously on High School Musical, the musical, the series. Ricky and Nene prove that opposites don't always attract.
Okay, that's a 5.
Ashlyn fell in love with the piano.
I already know.
EJ fell in love with himself. And I may have borrowed Nene's phone. You're welcome. But I'll be stealing the show.
So Nene gets revenge on Jen by starting to steal her stuff because remember her phone was stolen, but she doesn't know that it was actually her boyfriend who stole it. So she's just thinking it's Jen. And long story short, they start stealing Jen's stuff. And Jen really never even pays attention or really realizes it. So she's just going on with her life because she's just like, she doesn't really care, When you're a star, honey, the little shit doesn't bother you. Take it from me. Nene tells EJ that she's been taking Jen's stuff to get revenge for her stealing her phone. He feels guilty because he's actually the one who took her phone, even though Jen put it in his backpack. But y'all, if y'all seen it, y'all seen it. If y'all haven't, watch it. So pretty much EJ's starting to feel guilty because he sees Nene's turning into something he doesn't like. She's starting to become a little darker and a little bit more rough and not the wholesome girl that he fell in love with. And I feel like he feels like pieces of him are starting to rub off on her and he's not going to like it. So that's going to be a little bit of an arc, I feel like, in the future to get him to change his ways. And we all know that black teacher, he's another villain of the show where, that stereotypical teacher role, that teacher or principal who wants to ruin the kid's fun or the teacher's fun and try to make, all the bad shit happen. He's one of those types. So the best thing I think that happened in episode 3 is when Ricky and EJ got into that fight, because EJ plays Corbin Blue's character, and Ricky plays Troy Bolton, Zac Efron's character. So they're passing the ball back and forth, you know, talking in their character form, and you know, they subliminally start throwing jabs at each other, so they're throwing the ball back and forth harder, and then Ricky hurls the ball and it busts EJ in his lip, and I was like, damn, that nigga's sexy too. However, and it busts EJ's lip, so EJ goes to the bathroom, Ricky goes after him. Am I the only one who thought that EJ's lips looked like herpes? Like, I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, boy, I do not remember him hitting you that hard, and I was like, ew, like, that shit like grossed me out. You know, and while Ricky's going after him, we get the realization. So the black teacher discovers that the theater teacher who brags about being, you know, a dancer on High School Musical, he finds out that she was just simply an extra. So he's using that against her, and he wants to embarrass her in front of her class. But she brings them in, and he sees the whole class singing, and it kind of like warms his heart for a minute. But you know, with these kind of characters, they're gonna be right back on their bullshit later on in the series. So you warmed his heart for right now, but that motherfucker's gonna freeze right back over. See, this is the part when I be trying to multitask and do shavings and shit like that while I'm trying to review something. I end up just doing more of the review instead of the shavings. And I'm just like, girl, cause I had this whole beard I needed to do. I don't want to take off too much of my edges because, honey, there is enough people without edges in the world. That is my review of High School Musical, the series. I thought on a scale of 1 to 10, what would I rate this TV show? Okay, so let me say one thing about this TV show. It's not a bad TV show. Is it a Disney Channel level cringe? No. It's a little bit higher than a Disney Channel, a little bit lower than a Riverdale. So you put those two cringinesses together, you have this show. You know, it's a lot more tolerable. It's very meta. It's very, you know, like this 2019. So take that with a grain of salt. Is it the worst show? No. On a scale from 1 to 10, I would say this show is it's a 6.5, you know. Does it give the nostalgia factor? Yeah. But see, I probably missed a lot of the nostalgia factor. Only because, like I said, I wasn't that big of a fan of High School Musical. Like, the only song that really ever spoke to me is Bop, Bop, Bop to the Top, because I'm a bad bitch. However, yeah. So I like the series. I recommend it for you guys to watch it. If you guys watch it, tell me what you guys think about it, you know. I'm sorry if this wasn't a good review or up to the review standards, but you know, I just talk about the shit I want to talk about, and that's just what it is. So I hope you guys like this, like, comment, subscribe. I hope you guys have a good, if you're watching this before Thanksgiving, have a happy Thanksgiving, and a good, because the holiday season's coming up, Vlogmas is coming up, and even though nobody watches my vlogs, be on the lookout. So I'll see you guys next time. You guys have a great night. Bye-bye.